Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Ridiculous Ruminations. I am the almost famous DM Dave.
And I am the world famous Lemmy, also known as Adam.
So, want to welcome everybody. Glad you can be with us. Remember, we're now also on YouTube.
Yep.
We have new hashtags coming, so check us out under Ridiculous Ruminations on YouTube. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Helps us grow.
Does.
Before we get into a very interesting
yes, your cigar is lit.
recap, a couple things to go over. Now, we actually did have a bit that we were going to do tonight, but due to some computer malfunctions, we're going to shelve that. So we will get to that at some point.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to welcome Travis, who joined with us today. If you're watching, really appreciate it. And Rudy is somebody that I know personally who just started a brand new campaign. His first time being DM.
Cheers.
So you have a lot of stuff coming your way. It is rewarding though, but
It's a wild ride, dude.
it absolutely is. And I know Rudy is playing with two other DMs as players.
Yeah.
Okay. Me personally, I don't like being a player, right? So I'm forever DM, and I'm okay with that. But in our group, we have two DMs also.
Technically three.
Technically three.
But Jake's, his campaign got tanked, which is how he ended up in my campaign.
He's very part-time DM.
He's very part-time DM. But he knows the basics.
But he does. But either way, guys, have a lot of fun, and if you need something, don't hesitate to reach out. And let us know.
Absolutely. Reach out, ask questions. There's really no stupid questions, because remember, when you're DM, you're God. It's your world. You get to make it however you want. And in the DM's guide, in Player's Guide, it tells you the DM makes the rules.
Well, and honestly, that's why it's called a guide, and
Right,
not the player's rule book.
It's not the Bible.
Right. That doesn't mean DMs have unlimited power, because if your players don't want to show up, you ain't got a game no more.
Yeah, if it's not fun for them, then you failed, and you should reflect on how you failed. But yeah, other than that, have fun, enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with creating issues that your players are going to enjoy overcoming. There's nothing wrong with giving them a softball once in a while and letting them build up their confidence.
Well, two things, right? And you've hit on two things I think that are key. One, that's why Session 0 is important.
Absolutely.
So your players know what kind of style you're going to be used to, and you know what they can expect, and you got that open communication going, right? And
which is funny, I've never had a Session 0.
We kind of did. We didn't have an official Session 0 because
this is an already established game.
But I did sit down with you guys and say, hey, this is my style of DM, right? And kind of figured out what you guys like, right?
But we had also played a one-shot with you before.
Correct.
Even though it was 3.5, that really did break us into how things were going to go. And a one-shot's a great idea.
Sure. Absolutely. And then I got to build off what you guys, do. And then, really the second thing, the second point, right? And it ties all those other DM tips in together, right? You're creating the world, right, for you guys to play in.
Yep.
And you can't have constant anything, right? That's why if you take a look at any good horror movie, it gets broken up with a little bit of comedy. You can't have your players on the edge all the time without giving you guys a chance to...
you got to breathe.
Right, and we've had some humorous things. Lemmy lost his eyebrows.
Yeah.
Right, we've had some other, kind of lower tension level encounters, right?
Yeah.
But then you can really ramp it back up and oh my God, you're a dick. But I had so much fun.
Right. But you got to give your players that chance to kind of reinvigorate and get back into character and get back into that mindset. Because if you're just go, 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 you kind of lose the character because all you're doing is rolling dice at that point.
And you lose the edge.
You do. You lose the edge. You lose that mentality because all you're constantly doing is fighting and battling, and you can't role play that way.
Right. No, I agree. but get to know your players and have a great time. So let's get
100%.
into our last session.
Yeah, no, fuck you.
Coma. So
No.
It wasn't that bad.
it really was.
First and foremost, he tapped into one of my greatest fears, and that's teeth. I don't like that.
Yes. So when our intrepid band of the Ridiculous Six woke up, they decided to push on towards
We did.
Tarth and Esty
Mhm.
because still under some time limits. And then they encountered.
Incruder?
It's
Fuck,
going to be
that
a
is.
fun night.
It's a crouton. All right.
Yeah, well, there were some of those too.
Yeah.
Tooth Fairies, where the team ended up falling asleep with the sole exception of Galvaron and Sunjacer.
We didn't know there were tooth fairies at first.
You did
Number
not.
one. Number two, we wouldn't have even had the tooth fairy problem if fucking Atos didn't fall.
You could have gone around it. Okay, that's true. He's got a problem with branches like Lemmy has a problem with sticks.
Yeah, but Lemmy hasn't had a problem with sticks in a very long time.
That's true.
They
But-
still haunt his dreams. But
But you get a bad roll every once in a while. Everybody does.
I do.
And he
every
just
once
seems
in
to get a bad roll when you're sneaking around big bad guys.
Like, and that's why I love the thief archetype for Rogue, because, listen, I'm not going to be... I mean, I am a murderer. Straight up, if I get you sneak attack,
But you're not a murder
you're
hobo.
done for. I'm not a murder hobo. But I can sneak around God himself in a well-lit room. And that's what I like about that
So he
archetype.
thinks.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's true. Sometimes I
It
do.
always feels well hidden. No traps.
Always. Now, traps is a different story.
Perception is not your strong suit.
It is not.
Well, you need
I
some
dumped
sense.
everything into stealth.
Trevor sense.
So, I'm going to stop here for a second.
Yeah.
Because we actually, you guys can't see them, but we have most of our cast here, players here. There is 2 polls that are up. We're going to leave them up for another 2 weeks. Okay. I did get the results so far. So the person that they want to see sitting up here with us next, right? Alexandra, who is played by Nikki, is winning. Followed by Atos and Drop Tide
Okay.
for second place.
Okay.
So we'll work on that, guys. No guarantees, but we'll work on it. And then the other poll
No, I'm
of
not taking
whether
the cock.
he
Fuck
should
off.
take the rest of the cock
Nope.
all at once is a dead heat. We need somebody to break it. Somebody has
I feel
to
like
break it.
with the magical properties, if I took all that cock at once, I might hallucinate.
Which is not a bad thing. It's not the first time Lemmy's hallucinated either.
No, but I can't ever get that bottle back. I tried. I offered pearls, I offered money, I offered everything, and they said, well, we can give you a magical flask of whiskey, but it won't have it.
We'll get to that. That was in the game.
I'm so pissed about that.
So-
Still.
So, again, guys, somebody break the tiebreaker. Let us know if Lemmy should take, again, no promises, but
Panic for a second.
what's that?
No, I thought it was.
All right, so the Tooth Fairies had knocked out almost everybody and seemed harmless enough. They hadn't hurt you guys. They hadn't attacked
I
you.
offered them wine. They were drinking the wine. It was
They
great.
were
And the next
drinking
thing
the
I know,
wine.
the fuckers put me to sleep.
It was just an innate ability. And then later on, their big brother showed up.
Yeah,
The
Bone
Bone Fairy.
That just sounds like a gay porn title.
Oh, it's that.
It's Pride Month. Happy Pride to all of you out there. I love all you babies. Swear to God.
I'm going to say also Happy Pride Month. I just want to know when the other 6 deadly sins get their months. I mean, you still
That's
got
the rest of the year.
You got gluttony. You got
Well,
lust.
no, gluttony is absolutely November.
But we don't have to have a month for it.
Yeah, but gluttony is November.
It really
Dude,
is.
I'm dead serious. Gluttony is November.
Well, then we can start calling it Happy Gluttony.
Sloth is 100% January because everybody's hungover from the New Year.
Okay, I can kind of see
so
that.
that's
Or
that's true right now.
from the
What
food
about-
coma.
What about
It's
lust?
true. February. Fuck off if you don't recognize that.
Yeah, well.
If you guys don't understand your months, that's not my problem. Pride Month. Happy Pride to all you babies out there.
And the other sins, we'll get to you guys later.
You guys do it quietly, and it's okay too.
July. Wrath would be July.
Oh fuck yeah, Wrath is absolutely, and I'm born in July.
Me too.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, we gotta bring
it's
some
hot
wrath.
as shit. And we hate everybody because nobody ever showed up at our birthdays because they were on vacation.
We're also in fucking Phoenix, Arizona.
And
Right
that
now
sucks.
it's 105.
Yeah.
And
feels
we don't
great.
have our swamp cooler on right now because it will mess with the
Microphone, and we love you. And sorry, Jim. So, Jim, I know Jim is watching. He is our
Jim
F-bomb
Moran,
monitor.
yeah.
So, if you guys are keeping track,
Yeah,
so far
fuck
this
you,
one-
you fucking
There's
fuck,
2, 3,
because
4,
motherfucker, you came
5,
into my store today
6.
and said fuck 15 times in 5 minutes.
I lost count. He actually did come into the store and drop the F-bombs about 15 times.
It was
in 5.
it was insane.
So, in case Jim's counting, we're somewhere north of 10 at this point.
Absolutely.
So, let's get back to it. So, the Bone Fairy came out while the Tooth Fairy swarmed the people that were asleep.
And this is again where having a Goliath barbarian on your side, especially a Mama Bear type Goliath barbarian, having all her friends asleep
With a
with
kick-ass-
a goddamn murderous trident, came in very handy.
That was the most amazing attack she's ever made with this. Just try to.
I'm sitting there thinking we're all getting critted right now because there's no way these fairies are going to take out the Bone Fairy and
And the
Yeah.
Tooth Fairies at the same time with 2 people. And she. Miss your mouth?
Stronger.
I absolutely miss my mouth.
Well, want me to find it for you?
Nope.
It's right
Unless
there.
you want to suck on my titty.
People keep forgetting that I'm.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I hit it.
Maybe later. We're
Okay,
still-
yeah. Well,
We can't fade to black yet. So,
yeah.
So
Wow.
this trident has the ability to split into 6 component parts, all making separate attacks once per day. She used it. She got 2 crits and hit every time. But 2 of them were
It was
crits.
murderously beautiful, dude.
She did 120 points of damage in 1 shot.
She aerated that like a Mexican on a fucking golf course, man. Just wearing those spiked shoes and pushing that shit. She just bled him the fuck out. And I can say that because my wife's Mexican, just saying.
You said what you're.
So you're Mexican by marriage?
I am Mexican by marriage. My children are Mexican.
Me too.
But they're so much better at gardening. Jesus fuck.
Everybody's better at gardening than me. That's
Oh.
why I have rocks in my lawn.
Dude, I have a black thumb. Anything I plant dies.
So the Tooth Fairies removed a bunch of teeth from everybody.
Yeah, half our fucking jaw. It wasn't even like 1 or 2. It
was
like
quarter.
Yeah, it was like from here over. Fuck you.
Because once they saw their big brother get, penetrated violently, they ran like hell or flew away. They wanted no more part of the ridiculous 6. And the Bone Fairy was going to remove bones,
Okay, bye. Have a good night.
No, thank you.
femurs.
I'm already missing 2 fingers.
Well, once you guys finally came to, which was quite a shock.
Hey guys, how you going?
Yeah, that was actually
Dude, no joke.
that was fun.
Seriously.
Yeah. Wake up. Mouth hurts. Head hurts.
That
Can't talk
hurts.
right. No bueno.
But it was fun for me.
Yeah, of course it was.
Everybody did.
So, and everybody except Sunchaser and Galvaron.
Yeah.
We all got.
Hey, but I got my eyebrows back.
You did get your eyebrows back once you met the wizard. You guys made it safely to Tharthanesti. Found
Thirsty Nesty?
the Temple of Meshakal and realized that the 2 nights before everything that the elf you had rescued had been true. There have been people slaughtered. People are still missing.
I mean, we kind of knew it was true anyways because, like, his friend's body parts were still in the bag and they were eating it. And,
right, but it's kind of more of a
I mean,
reinforcement to.
It definitely solidified his story.
And the cleric, he agreed he could help you guys out. Didn't really want payment, but was hoping you'd be able to help him out because there's still people missing.
We're not.
And I think that was like a real big. That was one of those things where it's like we want to help so bad,
But
we're on a time crunch, and we have a blade which he identified as oozing this fucking matter, and if we don't get it taken care of in a few days,
You're jumping ahead
it's
a little bit.
killing everybody. Sorry.
Not that far
So-
ahead though.
Yeah, it's only like a minute ahead.
So, and Galvaron did have a dream during that night where the sword actually completely possessed him,
And
he stabbed you. And he didn't bother to tell anybody, and nope. But you guys agreed that you would consider coming back after you finished some very pressing business, because you still needed to get to Ara's house.
And I
see
feel
what
like
she
he
did.
agreed with us because he understood.
Well, you didn't have really much choice.
Yeah.
And you did donate a whole thing of red pearls.
I did. I donated listen, Lemmy's a fucking terrible human, but at the same time, he doesn't care about wealth, so he distributes it. And this is somebody who gave him his teeth back, so he got very generous.
It was very generous. And
His
even
heart size grew 3 times. that day.
and then he died, because if your heart enlarges that big, you're just die.
Yay!
Or it's steroids.
That will enlarge your heart and kill you.
Eventually. Bless you.
Thank you.
It was magic. You just die immediately.
Fuck you.
So, and then Renkeg decided, because they noticed Renkeg's book was glowing a little bit. So he was going to let you guys go do your investigation, and he was going to stay with the clerics to try to learn as much as he could.
Yeah.
So, again, we don't normally split the party, but this was relatively safe, right?
Yeah, and we also want to keep Woofy away from Lemmy's
Also, was-
ideas as much as possible until he can get good with his god.
And hopefully stay good.
And stay good with his god, because Lemmy's ideas are not always...
Good.
It's not that they're not good. They just aren't
Morally good.
righteous. In a good way.
There's definitely some gray area. A lot of gray area.
What? I thought the whorehouse was a great idea.
You-
It let off steam for everybody who came.
You slaughtered, granted, an evil headmistress, and
I
then
did.
left the body in front of all the children and said, "Well, time to go." That was where you...
I mean, I vaguely remember doing this.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
you-
see a problem in any of that.
That's where
Yeah.
you... Well, I'm just saying, that's a big gray area.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't kick an unarmed person off of a fucking cliff.
Would you, though?
Well, that's an intentionally evil...
That was evil. Lemmy's not evil. Lemmy's
he's
very
not-
neutral.
Not necessarily a morally upstanding individual, but he's
Oh,
still,
no.
at heart, he's still a good guy,
Absolutely. I help the underdogs all the time.
as long as he's helping himself too.
Well, I got my teeth back.
You did get your teeth back.
Boom. Got my teeth back, paid handsomely.
So, on the way to Ara's house, you guys ran into a wizard that was reinforcing the shield.
he was weird.
Well, wizards are generally typically a little weird.
Shooting fireworks off into the sky. Couldn't really see why. Whatever.
But he did take you into his house, and
did.
you guys had a discussion, and that's where you found out that the timer is running out rapidly on the Blade of Doom,
Yep.
which made Lemmy change all different shades of white.
Yep. Because I don't like that shit.
It's a good thing Lemmy had brown pants. I'm just
I
saying.
wear black pants, but same.
Close enough.
Same thing.
It's a good idea. They're very dark.
Yeah.
colored.
Yeah.
And realized it's probably within the next 5 days that blade is going to unleash everything it's got left.
Which means we don't get to fuck around with what they're asking for because we can't do it.
But it's also a 10-day journey just to get to the forge to fix it.
Yeah. So we had to make a deal with the wizard to get us there instantly, or at least as close to instantly as possible, so that we could take care of this murderous issue.
It's going to be bad if you don't. So, but he said he needs another day to finish what he needs to do, and he was willing to take you. He is a white robe wizard, so he's
Good.
realizes that this is a big thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause it's gonna kill everybody.
It could just keep on the rampage.
Just if it keeps detecting life, it's just gonna keep moving forward.
Well, as nightmarish as the forest is, the whole forest is still alive.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep killing things until it doesn't see anything alive.
Any of you comic book nerds remember when Doomsday first appeared and just started walking through the forest, killing everything that was in his path?
I don't remember that.
He even had a little bird land in his hand and just squished it. Came across a deer and ripped its head off. Right? It's kind of one of those things.
It makes sense.
It doesn't matter what it is. He's just going to keep rampaging until it...
It's just dead.
So, bad deal for everybody if it actually comes out.
Pretty much.
But we've been leading up to this for a while. But then you made it to Ara's house, which wasn't hard to find.
Yep.
In this mostly abandoned town.
She didn't want to help us.
She didn't really want to be involved. And you can't blame her, because this woman actually saw something at the beginning of the invasion of the Sylvanesti homeland and got sent off as a slave for it.
She definitely could, whatever the fuck that was,
Hey,
could.
Are you getting my verbal cues?
Yeah, I must be. She definitely could save Megatron's family. If she came back. If people believed us. But if they didn't, she'd be fucked. And she doesn't want to take that chance.
But she did soften a little bit.
She did. And she gave us some things.
She told you guys something. Remember what she told you? Remember what she told Galvaron?
I was drinking a lot of water with olives that night, so I know what was in the book. I don't remember offhand.
It was a portal.
Well, the Renkeg's book is a portal. But what she told you guys...
It was like a necromancer's book, and it had spells in it and stuff.
No, that's a different book.
No.
You keep saying books. There are many books.
Yeah, we're talking about the journal. Not the book, the journal.
Oh, it was
Megatron's
the dude who's
dad's...
trying to fuck him over.
Yeah, the same fucking dude's trying to steal his stuff.
But she also found... Or she told you guys that she actually saw Kelris' father actually the one that met with the Dragon High Lord,
Yep.
not Galvaron's father.
No, absolutely.
Right, but she won't testify, so that doesn't
So there's
matter.
nothing we can do with that information, but we
And
did
she
get
won't even
his
do a written
journals,
statement
his
or anything.
original journals. We were able to get those.
Yep. And, and we'll be, yeah.
And it actually...
Just get in the fucking camera frame.
I
You can
don't
talk
wanna.
all you want to.
Nah, I'm good.
Who wants to see
That's so cool.
Alexandra come on this side of the camera?
Nah, I'm good.
So,
Nikki can talk, and she knows her shit.
I do know
she
my
really
shit.
does. So, you guys did find that he had shipped some stuff up there.
Yep.
He had clothing like
was
he was
not
going to
whiskey.
take...
Yeah.
No, it was not. But it was labeled Dwarven Spirits.
Yep.
Because what elf is going to really want to partake in Dwarven Spirits? Not very many. So, makes
Yeah,
a
they
perfect...
drink some weak-ass wine.
It's actually a pretty good way to hide things in plain sight. He had clothing changes, a little bit of money squirreled away. He was definitely, getting out.
Yeah.
But got killed before he could get out.
Sure did. And then got slandered before anybody could help him.
Well, it kind of makes sense, right? If I can... There's nobody there to defend him because Galvaron's not around.
Right.
Right? And if I can, slander him and slander his family and seize everything that he's got, nobody's going to take a second look at a branded Dark Elf. Right? So the pieces are starting to come together a little bit.
A little bit.
And after leaving and taking leave from Ara's house, that's when you guys headed over to a tavern to hang out and
Unwind a little.
You recovered Renkeg, who then discovered
did.
that his book that he's been carrying actually is a portal to somewhere. He's going to take a little more studying, a little more
I
time.
thought we went to God, no. Fuck, I don't know. Never mind.
We did not go there. Wherever that was, we didn't go there.
You didn't go there.
We may go there, not today, but we may go there. Well, maybe today.
God fucking plane? I don't know about that, but
Well, you've been to the Abyss.
yeah, we've seen Takisa's.
Renkeg has actually been to Paladine's plane. He met him.
I don't think Paladin would like me on his plane. It's just a thought.
Paladin
Maybe.
just gotta have a little
Remember.
faith. That's
I have faith. I just also have the rest of Lemmy.
Remember, Paladine's also a god of justice. So,
I'm kind of just.
in your own kind of way.
I am.
But you guys did finally make it to a tavern, so you could finally unwind a little bit.
Yep.
And you guys leveled up.
We did. Absolutely. I have more hit points now.
Level 9.
I leveled out my fucking hit points. I actually rolled a max 8. That was fantastic.
It really was.
I never roll good.
A little less squishy.
No. A little less.
You're still kind of squishy.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sub 100. I'm very squishy.
I'm almost there. Next level I'll be.
But again, you're not a frontline tank. You're not designed to be that.
No, I'm not. I am the tip of the spear.
Snipe from behind.
No, snipe from ahead.
Well, from wherever you can hide.
Yeah, wherever I can hide.
Yeah, you're better not being seen.
Yeah, as long as I'm not seen, I am deadly.
So, especially with a one-hit wonder weapon. Your
Right.
dagger of petrification.
The dagger of petrification, though, I have... What did we figure out the percentage was?
5.
5% chance.
It's a 5% chance that I kill you in one shot. If I don't, it's generally not going to go well for me unless you fail your Constitution saving throws. But now at level 9, people are coming at us with higher constitution. That's not easy to overcome.
Higher constitution, intelligence, hit points, and battle strategies.
Yeah.
The low-level pushovers are kind of gone. But still, even those, and this is for, especially for new DMs, right? A lot of you are going to take a look at challenge ratings to determine what you're going to throw at your players.
Yeah.
Challenge ratings are nearly bullshit.
Suggestions, really.
They are a range, because you can have a really low-level monster screw up a high-level party.
You really can.
I mean, especially if it starts taking out things like magic users and clerics first.
Yeah.
So, a swarm of zombies or a swarm of kobolds, 500 strong, your party's going down.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
I mean,
it works the same way in the opposite. How many big monsters have I had that guys have destroyed immediately?
well, you had that star jelly thing that I killed in one shot.
The Devourer Stars, the Bone Fairy.
Yeah, we killed that. Well, I didn't kill it. I was asleep through that.
One
entire
person
event.
killed the whole thing before my Bone Fairy even got to go.
So that kind of brings us to a very important point as well.
DM life.
Think about the magic weapons that you are not even giving, but putting on the mat. Because Dave never intended to give us that, but we killed it and got it.
But you know what? I'm really glad you guys do have it.
It is cool.
Because
Changes the entire dichotomy of the campaign.
it really does. And, I was even asked by one of our players a couple weeks ago, did I regret giving you guys some very powerful weapons? And the answer is no. Right? You guys are heroes. You're more than the average person that walks along, so you should have more than average type weaponry.
Absolutely.
But that does mean, and now I've got to the point where, we're reaching challenges and creatures that are smart. They're not going to stop killing you just because you're down.
Hold on.
They will do that.
Yes, they will.
Five levels ago, we met Lord Soth.
You did. Sometimes not every adventure, every encounter or problem needs to be handled with sword and sorcery. Some of it can be handled with brains.
I get that, but I mean, I'm just saying, telling us that you can increase the challenge rating. There's not much more of an increase in Lord fucking Soth.
Look him
There's
up.
always the Tarisk.
Well, Tarask is. Yeah, no, that's.
You guys went up against a god, the goddess of evil.
Yeah, who killed
and
one of us.
Came out on top.
Yep.
So, and that's where I really, really like the way you guys play off each other, right? Because it is not always about, let's go in and attack.
No, it shouldn't be.
Sometimes it's, let's figure out what's the best course of action so we don't die. And sometimes you take a few lumps along the way.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes we lose teeth and eyebrows and fingers.
I've had characters that have lost hands. It happens. One of the things that I do in my campaigns, right, is I will not save you guys if you make a stupid decision.
Oh yeah, no. If you,
But I'm not going to stop you from making any decision you want to make.
if you try something that is just unilaterally stupid and you know it's going to fail, but you still allow them to take it, they got to die.
But if you still pull it off with something dumb,
And then if
it's
you,
great.
yeah,
That's some of the best moments you'll ever have in this game as a DM. Forget watching the monster that you spent a week working on, because I've
Yep.
done it, and they one-hit wonder it. Right?
Yep.
It happens. Be proud of your characters. They did something, and it was spectacular, and it was epic, and it's the kind of stuff that bards sing about, right?
yep,
And that's what this game is about.
like turning a dragon into a mouse and squishing him through a mountain.
DM life.
DM
Nothing-
life.
So what do you think's going to happen tonight?
Still salty about that.
Yeah, I'm still salty about that. Fuck off, because Nikki was the one that did it. What do I expect to happen tonight? I expect that we're gonna end up fighting a sword demon.
Tonight?
I feel like that's what's
No,
gonna happen.
I don't think so. Because aren't we gonna? Isn't the mage gonna transport us to the?
Oh yeah,
fourth
no,
city?
he's gonna, and we're gonna try to figure it out. But I have the feeling.
I don't. I think it's gonna be fixed.
So, I will let you know this, and no spoilers. This is going to be a pivotal moment for Galveron.
Ooh,
One of two.
Megatron.
because this is very much, and I like the fact that we've got this big story arc that we've really been building since the beginning with Galvaron and the Blade of Doom. And then he walked into this shitstorm of his family mess, right? So he's got all that to wrap up as well. I don't think we'll get to both tonight, but it's definitely going to be interesting.
It will. It absolutely will.
Fighting a sword.
I don't want to do that.
It's going to be interesting. So, I know we're getting pretty close to wrapping up. We're at the end here. One thing that I do want to mention, and again, no spoilers. It did get posted in our group. Critical Role, the Mighty Nine, has ended their campaign.
Holy shit, if you didn't watch it, if you weren't watching it, you should.
So,
I will say this, like, as a DM and a player, you get invested in the characters that you're watching. If you're going to watch online, if you're going to watch on Twitch, if you're going to watch whatever platform you're watching on, you get invested in them. And throughout the goodbyes, I didn't get emotional. But when the DM said goodbye to the player characters that he had been growing for 3 years into a beautiful story, that was what got me teary-eyed. I mean, I almost lost it when the DM thanked them for the story he was able to tell, because realistically, without your players, you don't get to tell that story.
no, it just runs around in your head.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. But whenever you get to actually visualize and make it happen because of the creativity and ingenuity of your players, it was beautiful. So watching Matt get all teary-eyed, I was inconsolable.
Now, I'm a little behind. I'm about 20 episodes behind.
Yep.
Okay, and I'll get to the point. And, you know, I just want to say, and I guarantee they're not watching us, but...
Then, no. Never
but you guys put on an amazing story.
Beautiful story.
I loved every episode that I've watched so far, and I personally cannot wait to see the next chapter.
I have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be amazing, though.
So, and you're right, you do get invested in your characters, and they become a part of you, and you become a part of them.
When people invest their heart, their soul, their intelligence into these characters, and they allow you to create this worldscape that is believable, that's something that you can do as theater of the mind, it's amazing.
And I've grown that way about you guys. It's amazing to have watched your guys' characters develop. We're not ending anytime soon. And guys, please stick with us. You know, take a look at the recaps. The stuff that happens absolutely happens at the table.
It does. Sometimes it's a little funnier in person.
And maybe at some point we'll show you guys, you know, little clips here and there. And but we appreciate you guys sticking with us. Please share us with your friends, your enemies, anybody you think that may or may not.
If they like D&D, throw us a little bit of a shout out to them, and maybe we'll grow on them.
Absolutely. So, with that, you got anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for joining us for this little bit of, you know, straight up bullshit that we do every session.
We enjoy it.
We enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. Remember us, we're still YouTube, like it, share, subscribe, all that great stuff.
All the fun stuff.
So
smash the like button.
Roll for initiative.
There you go.
Bye, guys.
Take care.